This topic may be quite obvious to some people already, but we all have masculine and feminine energy. We all have a masculine spirit and a feminine spirit inside of us, no matter our gender. We consist of both because that's how we need to be to function and to live out certain roles and qualities within life. Some people are more connected to their masculine side than their feminine, and some people are more connected to their feminine side than their masculine. Again, no matter on what your gender actually is. This is actually a spiritual thing, and we're supposed to have our masculine and feminine energy balanced and at the same level. But if someone only consists of their masculine energy and is only connected to their masculine energy, then it can start to show its bad qualities because it needs the feminine energy to balance it out, such as being a bit more aggressive, a bit more physical, all of the masculine traits classed as negative. And the same can go with the feminine side and energy. If someone is only tapped into their feminine energy and is only fully feminine, isn't connected to their masculine side, then it can start to show the negative sides of it, such as being too unaware, overly empathetic and sensitive to everything around you, like all of the feminine traits classed as negative. When your masculine energy and your feminine energy is at a equal balance perfectly, then you will be able to hold the positive traits of both of these sides and use them perfectly. The imbalance of feminine or masculine energy could have many causes towards it. For example, if someone is overly masculine and they've shut out their feminine side, it could have been because of trauma and having to protect themselves and those around them. The same goes with the feminine side. Also, having too much masculine energy or too much feminine energy can cause confusion towards your identity. I'm not saying not to be yourself, just be the way that you are and with however you feel about yourself. But when you have that equal balance of masculine and feminine energy, you will be able to accept yourself the way that you are. You will no longer be confused about yourself or other things in your life, and you'll be able to use both perfectly to your advantage and know when you need to tap into the other. If we see danger, we tap into our masculine energy usually, so that we can become protective and strong and stand our ground. Let's say, for an example, whereas when we tap into our feminine energy, usually that could be when we're doing something creative, connecting with our body and with nature, doing things such as dance, painting, writing. I hope you're getting my drift. If someone is too masculine, they won't be able to accept doing anything creative like that or being able to connect with nature or their body because they will see that as, something they shouldn't be doing because it's frowned upon. And if someone in the danger situation is overly feminine, they may just panic, going straight out of their body instead of being able to stand in their body and use the logic. And all of these things are okay. I've not been in my full feminine sometimes, and I've not been in my full masculine sometimes, and it happens, and all of these things are okay if you do this. It's not your fault, it just means that you are out of balance or have disconnected. When you are perfectly balanced between the two energies, the feminine and the masculine, you will be able to be both and do things of the both and be able to turn into the other energy, let that energy take over you when you need it in a situation where you need those traits of the masculine or you need the traits of the feminine. You could also find that when you're in your safe place and you know you can be fully you and that you can be innocent and vulnerable and you feel just safe, then you'll be more in your feminine energy. But when you feel like you have to have your guard up, don't feel safe, you're on edge, you're on high alert, then you're more likely in your masculine energy. It's okay to be in whatever energy more than the other, if that's what you want. But for those who are wanting to be able to have that balance and use both as a tool, then we can look into that. It's about accepting both sides and that everyone and yourself are both sides and there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's just about as well knowing that that's there and that you are both and it's there if you need it. Whereas there's things you can do such as practices and meditation to be able to balance both out. If someone is very playful, very silly, sensitive, emotional, that is, them being in their feminine energy. Whereas if someone is quite easily irritated and easily angry, it's more of a body person than a mind person, where they just do things and get on with stuff. Whereas the feminine is more of a mind person because they sit back, they just kind of wait, they just think. Like I was saying, if easily irritated, etc., then that is the masculine energy. In spirit, in the above, once you pass away, you can quite literally switch between the both very easily, like breathing. And that means physically as well. You can just switch between the two versions of yourself. When you need to listen and observe, you are in your feminine. When you need to actually act and stand up, you're in your masculine. Everybody can do both. It's within them, just some people haven't really looked into it or noticed it or connected with it. You're not limited. Everyone is a being of many different versions, phases, shapes, sizes. But the main purpose of this short video is to just make people aware that they are both and what that looks like, and to just tell people, to just look into that, just to sit with that, be with that, and connect with that. That you can do all, and you have the qualities and the energy and spirit within you to, do all. If you want to know anything more, then feel free to just ask me questions or to just ask me to do a more in-depth video on it, or how to embed being both, connecting with both more and balancing that out.